Are you looking to transition from a job, J.O.B, just over broke, to passive income streams? Well, if so, you've come to the right place because this is our conversation starting now.
Hey, it's Opportunities for Real Estate Investors. My name's Gary Masseri, and this is my sidekick,
Ginger Faith.
Hey, we're going to talk about 7 steps that we've experienced, Ginger and I, from a different road path, how we got started, either from a job or situation in our life, to becoming passive income investors and living off our cash flows. So the first thing we want to do is we want to share our story, and I'm going to allow Ginger to start with hers. Ginger, how did you get started in real estate, and what bumps and hurdles did you go through to get there, and what motivated you to start a career in real estate?
Well, Gary, I'm a lifelong learner. And as I like to say, and you've probably heard it before, when you're green, you grow. When you're ripe, you rot. So we always need to be learning, right? So as a lifelong learner, and not only in school, I've been learning about business for many, many years. And so I started off starting businesses, a couple businesses that failed, and I was in debt because of the businesses that failed. But you only need one strike, one success. And I started a business that was very, very successful. Launched that, and with the money that came in from the business and the tax savings, once I got a really great tax accountant, I was able to parlay that money into residential passive income streams. And I bought my first 6-family property.
Wow, 6 units.
Yes,
Okay.
6 units right off the bat. I had more guts than brains, and I did it right off the bat. Usually people buy a single family home. I bought a 6-family because I thought, what the heck? How hard could it be?
So when you were a young person starting out, you didn't even want a job. You just wanted to go for it. You are a born entrepreneur. You knew you were going to own your own business right off the bat. Is that what you're
I
telling me?
started with a few jobs, but ultimately I started learning that it was really important to have a business. Like back in 1997, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, said, there's many ways to build wealth, but one of the important ways is to have some sort of a business, because when you're a business owner, you're actually pumping money into the economy, and so the tax structures are for you. Same thing with real estate. The tax structures are for you as a real estate investor and as a business person. When you're getting a W-2 employee from a company, the tax laws are not for you. And so I learned that early on, and so even though I had jobs early on, I very quickly started a part-time business, which ended up becoming the launching pad for my real estate.
Wow, Ginger, you're amazing. You're amazing. You know, when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to own my own company too. So I had that entrepreneurial spirit. I just did not want to work for anybody. And even though, I had a very quick corporate career, I did become a vice president of finance, but I hated my job. You get to the top. I was only 28 years old of a Fortune 500 company, and I hated my job. Can you believe that? I had the worst boss you can possibly imagine. He was so stupid. I had to work for a stupid boss. And that just motivated me to get out and, and look for something different. I'll tell you what happened to me. I was a vice president of a plastics manufacturer, and a very young guy. And I hired this guy to become my vice president of marketing. And John, and I won't mention his last name, but John started working for him. A very sharp guy. I love the guy. He was just so sharp and smart. And I was listening to him, and he said, hey, his daddy-in-law he was a builder and a developer, and built luxury homes. And so about 3 months into the job, John comes to me and says, hey, Gare, he said, I hate to tell you this, but I got to go in business with my daddy-in-law. And he showed me a $62,000 check. And I'm looking, $65,000 check, excuse me. And at the time, I was making about $72,000 a year as a vice president of finance. Of course, that dates me back to the 70s. And I thought, this is crazy. He gets one check and makes that kind of money. Ginger, I was looking for somebody to teach me real estate at that point. So I went out and I got my real estate license, didn't know anybody, didn't know anything. And I studied and studied and studied. And guess what? I can't believe it, damn it, I flunked the exam. Talk about deterrent. I mean, I was so deterred on this thing, I didn't want to do anything. I told my wife, I said, what are we doing this for? I can't figure this stuff out. This jargon's all new to me. Here I had a degree in accounting and finance, and I'm trying to figure out real estate, right? But anyway, lo and behold, I was listening to the radio, just driving. I forgot where I was driving, but I was just driving and I was listening to the radio. And this guy came on the radio and said he would fly into any town and he can buy real estate with no money. And I thought, that is BS. I ain't going to buy into that. I'm not going to buy into that. There's something wrong here. So they advertised a seminar, and I went to the seminar thinking that, it's just, they're going to suck me in. They're going to get into my pocketbook. I ain't going, but for some reason, I had to make a change from the corporate world to entrepreneurship. And I knew real estate, based on the experience I had with John, with that big check, that just motivated me. So anyway, bought the tickets. I went, sat through it and everything. My mind kept saying, they're going to get in your wallet. They're going to get in your wallet. My heart kept saying, try it. Just try it. So, after that seminar is when I went out and studied that real estate exam and flunked it, then took it again another 3 months later, and I passed it. And then I went out looking for homes where the seller would finance. And I couldn't find anybody, any seller in their right mind that wanted to finance their homes. Okay? And so that was a losing proposition. So I thought at that point, it's done. It's all over for me. So what turned me around? Okay? Well, I started going to every seminar, and I'm going to share with you, but I'm going to share the 7 things that I did that turned me around towards real estate and really got me excited. The first one, when I got my real estate licenses, I went and worked for a broker that worked with builders, and I studied under him. And I had a great mentorship with this guy, and he taught me the ropes of how to work with builders. So, Ginger, let me ask you this. Let's go over these steps. Step 1, find a local real estate meetup group, and we ran one for 3 years. Why don't you share with us what that means to them and how they can benefit from it?
Well, it comes down to your education. How are you going to get your education? Right now, fortunately, we have access to much more education than Gary and I did back in the day. And the other thing is being with other people who are doing stuff. Get around people who are doing stuff.
That's right.
If you want to do stuff, don't be watching TV at night. Okay, so when we were having our REI meeting, we had some of the top speakers in the Bay Area.
You used
phenomenal,
to invite incredible speakers.
Yes, I invite incredible speakers. So kudos to all of our incredible speakers who give up their evenings to come and visit with us and teach. And take a little time. Instead of watching TV that night, go out to the REI meetings. If we start up one again, keep in touch with us. And ours was, doing extremely well. We have some brilliant minds and all sorts of creative ways to get involved in real estate.
Second thing Ginger is good at, and she'll share with you, is go to every seminar you can. Don't think like I think. I was so suspicious about trying to get in my wallet. Most of those things are free, and they probably give you a lunch and dinner anyway, right? So what's your thoughts on
today,
that?
I was just at my Rotary meeting today, and we had the president of Las Positas College talking about education, right? Fantastic local, out of 116 community colleges in California, it's rated number 1, okay? Well, what happens, you go to college, you pay money. So what about your life? Not only you want to invest in your career, you want to invest in your wealth. You want a blueprint for your life. You just don't want to be... Most people take more time with their 2-week vacation than they do planning their life.
That's true. That is so true.
Right? So invest in yourself. You're going to invest in a lavish vacation. Invest in the books and the knowledge for yourself, not only to get a solid career or a business, but also your real estate education. So don't be cheap in investing in yourself, because it's the biggest dividends you're going to pay. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job, and you will become wealthy.
And, the greatest investment one could make is in oneself. Ginger and I were very fortunate that we got involved with one of the best organizations for teaching real estate in the nation, over 60,000 students. And I'll tell you who it is. It's Fortune Builders, and it does cost some money. But we figured it out, and we got involved with them, and we studied under them, went to the boot camps, read all their books. Oh my gosh, they gave us a whole binder of books. I mean, there was just everything you can think of in real estate. Step 5, start investing by forming partnerships. How important it is. Ginger, I'll give you an example. In our partnership, Ginger is a wealth of knowledge. I'm serious. It's like she's a walking encyclopedia on real estate, And if I need anything and it's coming out, I just pick up, hey, Jen, can you do this? Boop, boop, boop. She gets it done. Bam, 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 bam. So, form partnerships. So share your experiences, why partnerships could really start people off. Joint ventures, they don't have money to get into real estate. How do you do that, and What's the benefit of that?
That's a great question, Gary.
Yeah.
Partnerships, okay, they can make or break you. You
I'm gonna break it too.
see a couple of our other videos where we talk about people who shall not be named, right?
Yeah.
You get the wrong partnership, you can be really screwed. However, if you get the right partnerships, and how to get that is another conversation. We should do a whole video on how to avoid bad partnerships and get into good partnerships.
True.
Background checks, police reports.
She does. She does. She actually has a report she gets on
Yeah.
everybody.
So yeah,
didn't want on me.
check out your yes I did check out your partners like you check out your next spouse, right? So, but when you get good partners, you can get money that you didn't have, you can get skills you didn't have, you can double, triple, quadruple your synergy. Do you know that there's two ways that adults can grow brain cells, literally grow brain cells. One is by exercise and another is by collaboration with other people. So we definitely encourage collaboration with the right people, bouncing ideas off. And so Gary brings so much to the table that I don't have, and I bring other things, and his wife Louisa brings in other aspects. And so we just talk about things and we can flesh things out. But again, find people you like, number one, and you trust, number two, and number three, get really, really great contracts and understandings, because when in real estate, it's very intense, and things are cool until they're not cool. Things look good in the beginning. That was a quote from a fortune builder's teacher. He said, everything's cool until it's not cool. And what that means is when you're involved in a transaction, everybody's happy. And then when things get difficult, then you know who you're really dealing with. And so Gary and I have gone through some difficult times, but we've pulled together as a team positively when there were other people who were ripping other people apart and hurting people. So find out who the people are who are actually people you can trust, and get good contracts, good solid contracts that Gary's great at creating as well. Yeah. Get attorneys involved if you need to, and get great contracts to protect everybody involved.
Well, we have a mentorship program that we use. We used to charge for these services, but we don't anymore. So we can bring somebody in as a private money investor, and from step one, finding the properties, acquisitions, to contracts, interviewing all the subcontractors, putting the contracts together, getting people to work, putting them on schedule, all the things that we do to build our properties. So somebody can come and learn from us on that mentorship and earn money instead of paying somebody money. It's really a cool program. Now, we only allow one per home, so we do have an opening right now, though. But anyway, if you're interested in that, you can get a hold of us at reifortunes.com and either get an appointment with Ginger or myself, and we'll tell you about that. But you have to be a serious person that wants to learn about real estate investing. And yeah, we'll mentor you, but we'll also put you to work and teach you about acquisitions and how to find the properties as well. We call it bird dogging. So it's just not, you're going to tag on to us and drive us nuts with phone calls. You're actually going to be working with us and for us, and you're going to be benefiting financially from it, okay? All right, so that's one way. And the other way is, Ginger can talk about this, but a lot of people invest from their IRA accounts, the self-directed IRAs. Ginger, that's your area. Why don't you talk a little bit about how they can get going in using their IRA accounts?
Well, we have several companies that we work with that do a really great job of explaining to you exactly how you're going to do that. So, for example, if you have an IRA account that's not making that much money, it's just kind of in a money market or treading water, or you want to redeploy some of that into hard assets, you can do that using what they call a self-directed IRA. And you want to get educated about it. You want to make sure you're making the right decision for you. But instead of getting 1% or just a small amount of money, you can get like a lot more, double digits, by investing in intelligent real estate with companies like ours that actually will multiply. And then you take that out and then you put it back in afterward, and it's all tax free, and it grows and grows and grows your nest egg. So there are some restrictions. You have to make sure that you don't want to do it wrong, because then you'll have a taxable event. So these great IRA self-directed IRA companies will help walk you through it. That we can turn you on to. We don't do that. They do that.
But we are going to bring one of the number one largest equity firms on a podcast to share with you how you do self-directed IRA. So we're going to be bringing a lot of education to you, like we do in our real estate club that we have here in Northern California, so to help you out a little bit. So, today we're profitable in every one of our projects. And now we're building, $3 to $5 million luxury homes, and we're having a blast and the best time of our lives. And we belong to 3 wine clubs. In fact, the lady, we just visited Rutherford Hill in Napa this last weekend, and what a beautiful view, some of the best wines you can have. And we bring our clients, our customers, our workers, with us. And I got to tell you, what a great lifestyle we have, because we have this income from this real estate business. So we want to share that with you and help you to have that type of lifestyle where you can be free financially and enjoy your life, have fun, and your hardest decision is going to be what vacation I'm going to take. So again, listen to us on our podcast. Go to our website, read our blogs, and watch our videos on our YouTube channel, which is, you can search out Opportunities for Real Estate Investors. And that's it for this week. So any last words you want to say before you say goodbye?
We didn't talk a lot about rentals, and I think we intended to. So we'll be talking more about rentals going forward. But right now, transitioning from a J.O.B, just over broke, into investing into passive income streams.
Fire the boss.
Yeah, private.
Really fire the boss.
One of them, and so then and going forward, we'll talk a little bit more about rentals and numbers.
Okay.
That. But,
last tip, Ginger. Do not quit your job until you replace your job income, please.
Consistently.
Okay? Yeah, please do that.
Over
all right.
time, yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week. Bye bye. God bless. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.